What is the future of gold? And, why is gold so valuable? I will tell you. Right now. I ask that you listen all the way to the end to avoid misinterpretation. It's said to be able to bring the world's notorious global elite down to their knees, sweating and in tears. It's been used in everything from significant ancient offerings to kings' tombs to your grandfather's ground-filling veils. And the word alone carries weight. Gold has been highly valued since the dawn of civilization, but why is that? How can a gleaming rock the size of your palm be worth as much as a car? Today, we'll address that question. We'll discuss the history of gold and how it became so valuable and scarce. It truly is. And, if the value is to endure into the modern era, gold has maintained a high level of value for thousands of years. Between 6000 and 4000 BC, gold was already being used in artifacts in Egypt, where some kings wrote that gold was as common to find as dirt. 5000 years ago in Mesopotamia, gold was first used in jewelry in 1091 BC, when squares of gold called yin-yang were used as currency, which was followed by the ancient Persians and Greeks, who used gold coins at the time. That's right, the gleaming ring on your finger and then the gold in your grandfather's mouth were created by a supernova. Billions of years ago, gold particles were mixed into the cosmic cloud, they formed the Earth, and the gold sank to the planet's core, where it was brought closer to the surface and deposited in veins by warming and cooling water. As a result of shifting fault lines, some of those veins have been serviced via erosion and racking. In the event that sparked the gold rush, which drew approximately 300,000 people to the Golden State and resulted in the extraction of $81 million worth of gold in less than a decade, the Gold Standard Act was passed a couple decades later, in 1990, converting gold into an asset backed by paper money. Only a few decades later, Franklin D. Roosevelt made it illegal for U.S. citizens to own more than a small amount of gold in the form of coins or certificates. Citizens were compelled to sell their gold at a rate of $20 per ounce. 67 per troy ounce into the U.S. Treasury, and that gold was then stored in Fort Knox, Kentucky. In 1970 Levi that the golden window had been closed, which indeed included the fixed exchange rate between gold and paper currency, as well as rules governing private ownership of gold. Thus, while gold has evolved significantly over the last 7,000 years, one critical fact has remained constant: gold has always been valued. But why gold? Mostly because we say it is, and we say it for a very good reason. To begin, prior to the invention of traditional currency, civilizations had several options for acquiring valuable items. There are 118 elements known to man, but only a few are viable as commodities. All gases, of course, are out of the question. Scary radioactive elements like uranium and plutonium would not be easy to carry around in your pockets and use at the neighborhood bazaar, although we probably would have had a pretty interesting zombie apocalypse by now, if we had taken that route. There are more logical elements, such as iron, silver, copper, and titanium. However, all of these materials have less than desirable properties. Aluminium, while excellent for wrapping leftover pizza, is far too flimsy to be used in coins or artifacts. Titanium, on the other hand, is far too difficult to use. It must be melted at 1000 degrees Celsius, which ancient Mesopotamia lacked the technology to do. Iron, and land and. If everyone had an acre of gold in their front yard, gold would be about as valuable as the weeds that grow alongside it. On the other end of the spectrum, impossibly rare and scarce metals such as platinum are also a problem, as they are not widely found in sufficient quantities to be used as a medium of exchange between cultures and communities. Thus, we arrive at silver and gold. Both are scarce enough to be considered valuable, but not so scarce that acquiring them would be impossible. Additionally, they are both malleable, which allowed early civilizations to shape the precious metals into whatever their hearts desired. Even if their hearts designed things like vase in blue, gold is malleable, which means that gold used by Mesopotamians still exists today in the gold we are mining today. Another reason gold is so valuable may sound less profound, but it is just as scientific in nature. Humans enjoy shiny objects and glitter. We enjoy the zigzags. We enjoy chandeliers hanging from our mansions' ceilings, and we adore that gleaming gold. According to scientists, our attraction to shiny objects is related to our biological attraction to water. Therefore, the next time someone gives you the signal to purchase a new watch or a shiny new car, ignore it. Inform them that you are unable to refrain? Perhaps it's all ingrained in our DNA. But here are the reasons gold is so valuable. To begin, it is scarce. 2. It was simple for our forefathers to employ. And not to underestimate, it's shiny, which we like. But there's one aspect that we need to dig a little deeper into: scarcity of gold. In a society where you can buy gold flakes and mixed drinks at a casino in Las Vegas, how scarce can it truly be? The answer is a little more complicated than you might expect. At the moment, if all of the world's gold were melted down, it would form a cube measuring approximately 68 feet on each side. To illustrate, this magnificent solid gold cube would easily fit inside a baseball infield. Thus, 47% of the world's gold is in the form of jewelry. 39% is used in coins and bars, and the remaining percentage is used in technology, building materials, and dental work. But our supply of gold continues to grow at an estimated 2% per year, and even there are millions of tons of gold that we have yet to discover how to access. It is estimated that there are at least 20 million tons of gold in our world's oceans, not pounds, but tons in the thousands. Millions of forms estimate that the amount of gold found in our oceans is likely around $771 trillion, and various scientists and people itching to make a quick buck are attempting to figure out a way to reach that precious gold. They haven't quite figured it out yet, and many believe they will never succeed, as several veins are miles beneath the water, and recovering the gold is extremely difficult. What does the future of gold look like? Across the board, you'll find several experts debating the future of gold, and if history is any guide, it appears as though gold's value is secure. While the price of gold can fluctuate negatively in the short term, it maintains its value over the long term, as investment manager Gary Brinson stated. With just an ounce of gold, it appears as though we could purchase suits on Mars or the Moon. So there you have it. Thank you for listening, and click on my next video for even more interesting stuff about money and luxury. Watch all of our videos, we take pride in bringing you the very best. I will see you in the next video.